In just one night, calm summer rivers in Texas became violent torrents, sweeping away cabins, roads, and lives. What turned the July 2025 flood into one of the deadliest disasters in Texas history? This is the story of nature, climate, and human decisions colliding, and what it means for all of us. On July 3, a stalled thunderstorm system hovered over the central Texas hill country, dumping 6 to 18 inches of rain in just hours. This region, often called Flash Flood Alley, has steep terrain and rocky soil that can't absorb sudden rainfall. In just 45 minutes, the Guadalupe River rose over 26 feet. At places like Camp Mystic, a summer retreat with over 200 campers, the floodwaters came just after 2 a.m. No alarms. No time to escape. At least 90 people have died and more than a dozen are missing after devastating flash floods hit central Texas over the 4th of July weekend. Search and rescue operations are still underway as more rain is expected to hit the battered region in the coming days. A number of conditions came together to cause the deadly floods, experts say. The storm was fueled by warm and moist air combined with the leftovers of Tropical Storm Beryl on very interesting geography, says Slobodan Simonovic, Professor Emeritus at the Department of Civil and Environmental Engineering at Western University. The floods were triggered in part by the remnants of Tropical Storm Barry, which made landfall in Mexico at the end of last month. When you have a tropical cyclone, the system dies, but that system still puts lots of water vapor in the atmosphere, says Igwa Dai, Professor of Atmospheric and Environmental Sciences at the University of Albany, SUNY. The moisture stays in the air and travels with the winds, and in this case, it looks like some of the water vapor from that remnant moved into central Texas. It's not uncommon for this to happen. Barry is the 20th tropical cyclone or remnant to cause over 15 inches of rain across interior Texas since 1913, according to the National Weather Service. Last fall, the remnants of Hurricane Helene led to devastating floods across the Appalachian region. In 2021, flash floods from the remnants of Hurricane Ida killed dozens of people in 4 states. Texas Hill Country, where much of the flooding took place this time, is often referred to as Flash Flood Alley. It's home to steep terrain and a lack of vegetation that creates a perfect storm for waters to rise quickly. In a mountainous, sloping terrain, the water can run very fast from the upper drainage area into a river basin and create a very fast rising river in a few hours, says Dai. Downstream, people may not notice there's an intense storm upstream. Climate change will only make events like this more common. The transformation of increased temperature into heavier and more frequent precipitation, it's very simple proof that with continuous warming we will be facing more and more events like this, says Simonovic. Tropical storms and hurricanes are only going to become more intense with climate change, as rising ocean temperatures intensifies evaporation, making the air wetter and leading to stronger and more destructive storms. Simonovic says that it's imperative that we begin to acknowledge that the realities of climate change are already here and better plan to adapt to it. Things are changing, but also things changed. Losing 80 lives in Texas in the middle of 2025, it's really hard to accept. We have to be prepared and prevent this from occurring more often. According to media reports, most fatalities occurred in Kerr County, where Camp Mystic, a Christian summer camp for girls, was inundated early on July 4 as the Guadalupe River rose by 26 feet in 45 minutes. Authorities reported that among the dead are 28 children, with at least 10 girls and 1 counselor from Camp Mystic still unaccounted for as of Sunday. Search and rescue operations have involved over 400 personnel using helicopters, drones, and boats, according to Governor Greg Abbott. President Donald Trump signed a federal disaster declaration for Kerr County on Sunday, activating the Federal Emergency Management Agency (FEMA) response in the region. Camp Mystic becomes focal point of disaster. Kerr County Sheriff Larry Letha confirmed that 68 of the 82 statewide deaths occurred in the county, including children who had been staying in low-lying cabins at Camp Mystic. The river surge struck before dawn, washing away cabins and sweeping campers downstream. The longtime camp director, Richard Eastland, was among those killed while trying to rescue children. The camp has operated since the 1930s and hosted about 750 girls during the flood. It lost access to power, water, and communications during the storm, according to emails sent to parents. Camp Mystic said parents whose children had not been contacted could assume they were accounted for, but the search for missing children continues in nearby riverbanks and debris fields. Emergency alerts questioned after deadly flood. Authorities in Kerr County had previously discussed installing flood sirens but never implemented the system, CNN reported, citing public records from 2016 and 2021. Residents and officials have raised concerns that warnings were not adequately distributed. Some survivors reported receiving no alerts before the flooding began. Meteorologists from the National Weather Service (NWS) issued pre-dawn alerts for life-threatening flooding, but questions remain about staffing shortages and dissemination effectiveness. Governor Greg Abbott said the lack of outdoor sirens near Camp Mystic was an issue that would be looked at. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick acknowledged public concern, saying, "There were thousands of people, we don't know who all those people are." Victims include local leaders and entire families. Among those killed are local leaders, including Jane Ragsdale, director of Heart O' the Hills Camp, and Michael Phillips, a volunteer fire chief from Burnett County. Families were separated by the floodwaters. R.J. Harbor lost his daughters, aged 13 and 11, who were staying in a cabin with their grandparents, now also missing. Reese Zunker, a local high school soccer coach, and his wife Paula were confirmed dead. Their children remain missing. Matthew Stone, a Kerrville resident, said, "We got no emergency alert. There was nothing before floodwaters surged through his neighborhood." Some victims were recovered as far as 8 miles downstream from where they were last seen, according to rescue volunteer narratives. Camp Mystic staff and security personnel acted independently to rescue children, including placing them on mattresses and leading them to higher ground. Texas Flash Flood Alley is the most dangerous flood zone in the U.S. 6 of the 10 deadliest floods in U.S. history happened in Texas. If we look at nationwide context, we find Vermont, 2023, Kentucky, 2022, Houston, 2017 all saw historic flooding. Flash floods are now America's #1 storm-related killer. What needs to change now? Immediate steps should be to invest in advanced radar plus AI flood modeling. Require emergency systems at all youth camps and riverside zones. Add more NOAA weather radios and text alert systems. Policy solutions should be to update flood maps using climate-adjusted projections. Restore wetlands, green zones, river buffers. Strengthen climate adaptation plans. The cost of prevention is pennies compared to the price of disaster response. What happened in Texas could happen anywhere faster than we expect. But with the right knowledge, tools, and courage, we can change the outcome of the next storm. Share this video to spread awareness. Support your local officials in funding early warning systems. Be flood